more coffee, darling.
I'll do it, Peter. You eat your cornflakes.
Thanks.
It's all right. Sit still. I can reach over.
Sure you can manage.
Oh, hang on. Your tan pin. It's caught on me.
Oh, my.
Oh, what is the matter with that thing? It seems to be taking on a life of its own.
Must be something to do with the, counterweights. I'll try and fix it tonight. Right.
Don't move, darling. There's a thread caught on the tan.
Right. My God, look at the time. Now, darling, where have I put my keys? Right, they're on the table where I always leave them. Now, darling, where's my briefcase?
Where you left it on Friday night.
Where I left it on Friday. Oh, yes, right.
I don't see why you bother bringing it up at all. I mean, you don't get round to opening it until Monday morning, do you?
I don't suppose I do, and I can't think why. Darling.
Oh, you will see to this thing tonight, won't you, darling?
Yes.
Oh, and the waste disposal needs greasing, and that door over there, the hinges need fixing. It's just a bit too stiff.
Well, now I know why I never get round to opening my briefcase.
So do I. This typing's got an inscription on it. Ex nihilo... What?
Ex nihilo nihil fiat. It's the bank's motto. From nothing, nothing comes.
Sounds to me like a permanent credit squeeze. Why has Mr. Bromhead got a gold tag and then if yours is only silver?
Because he's a district branch manager and I'm only sub-branch manager, that's why.
Well, I think it's ridiculous, having this sort of class distinction in a bank. Oh, you haven't had your toast, Peter.
No, darling, I haven't got time.
Yes, you have. I'll get it for you.
Darling, you haven't forgotten my mother's coming to lunch today, have you?
No, darling.
Good. Now, you know she won't expect anything special. As long as it's all vegetarian. And, I mean, I don't think it's at all likely. Well, but it is just possible that, well, she might want to stay the night. Are you all right, darling? Did you hear what I said?
Yes. I heard what you said. You said your mother is staying the night.
No, darling, I didn't. What I said was she might, just might, want to stay the night. Look, I don't think it's in the least likely, but it is just possible. She might be too tired to drive back from Chelsea.
Oh, you mean Fulham, and you mean she's staying the night.
Well, even if she is, we'll still be on our own. She'll be quite happy upstairs. She told me so. Well, she won't want anything special, and she can have the teas made just for one night, can't she? I mean, she won't cause any trouble, and we never use the radio or the electric blanket at night anyway, and where are you going, darling?
I'm going to get the Kenwood mixer, darling. She might like that as well.
Well, there's no need to be like that about it.
But we've only been back for 10 days! Oh, damn that hatch! You really must fix the wretched thing!
Yes, darling, love of my life, I definitely...
Then just see that you do.
Hello?
Morning, Peter. I don't want to intrude on the happy couple.
That's all right, Brian. I was just coming down.
And you do know your first appointment's at 09:30.
Yes, Brian, thank you. Superintendent Paul about the Police Sports and Social Club, thank you.
Not at all.
Yes?
Not at all.
No.
It's what I am here for.
Certainly is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Stop talking.
Does that nosy powder have to be so formal and pedantic every morning?
Oh, you know, Brian does everything by the book. If head office told him to lose his virginity, he'd do it in a triplicate.
Actually, I think he's been a little upset since you got promoted.
What? Nonsense. What? He offered to be my best man, didn't he?
Offered? Insisted! His toast to the bridesmaid had everything in it, but a change in the bank rate.
Look, darling, it wasn't that bad. Okay, I've heard worse. Look, I can't exactly remember when, but I must have heard worse. Look, darling, I've got to get down to the bank. I'll see you at lunch. Bye.
Wait! Aren't you going to kiss me goodbye?
Yes. Of course. Darling, please, I have to get downstairs!
Well, give me a buzz if there's any post for me from London.
London, if you haven't been writing off for jobs again, darling. Now, you promised you wouldn't.
No, I've not been writing off for jobs, darling. Really, I haven't. There was just this advertisement, you see.
Advertisement? What advertisement?
Oh, in the local paper. Business opportunities. It was going to be a surprise. And it's only £50.
£50? After the cost of all this furniture, that's not a surprise. That's a traumatic shock. Well, Francis, you're not overdrawn, are you?
No, darling, of course not. I've only sent off half of it anyway.
Right.
The other half's on approval.
Approval of what?
Oh, the stock, of course. I get my own area, and I'll be the only one around here.
Don't tell me, I can see it all now. There's your friendly bank manager in the cupboard and his wife on the doorstep as the Avon lady.
No, darling. It's a Scandinavian import company. Glassware, I think. Cutlery, that sort of thing.
What?
Anyway, it's all very high class. You don't call on people for company. You have, look, a display, and you sell it from your home.
But you can't run a china shop over a bank. Why do you think head office sent poor old Carter from Ealing to Cleethorpes almost overnight?
Did he have an orgy in the strong room?
No, they found out about his wife's Tupperware party. What in God's name made you think of such a thing?
Well, I just wanted to help us, that's all. So that we could get a house of our own with a garden.
Darling, we've only been married 3.5 weeks. We're very lucky to have a flat like this from the start.
Well, I know, but it's not ours. Who wants to live above their work with buzzers buzzing all the time?
Darling, you do exaggerate. It's probably nothing. It might be something. I might go and answer it. I'm going to go and answer it. Yes?
Sorry to intrude again, but Superintendent Paul's arrived early. He's due in court at 1000.
Thanks, Brian. Just coming down. Look, darling, we'll get the garden and the house without your Scandinavian glassware. Look, it was very thoughtful of you anyway. Forget all about it. I'll see you at lunch. Bye.
Bye, darling. Hello? Oh, hello, who is it?
It's me, Francis.
Who?
Me, of course, darling. Eleanor.
Eleanor! What? I mean, what a lovely surprise!
Look, don't bother to calm down, darling. Just release the door.
Yes, all right. How dare she? How dare she? 9 o'clock in the bloody morning. Oh, Christ. I've got absolutely no time whatsoever now. Oh, it's tidy. No, it's fine. Oh, Lord, all right. We've got to get dressed. No. Oh, Lord, no time. Oh. No. Oh, I'm going to tell her. Oh, I'm going to tell her. I am going to tell her.
Darling, my dear. Mwah. Mwah. My darling. Radiant. And how nice of you to invite me so soon.
Not at all.
Of course, I was worried I might be intruding until Peter told me you were insisting. It really is very sweet of you, darling.
Not at all.
Of course, I would have been quite so early if it weren't for my driver, my dear. 30 minutes from Chelsea. Chelsea! I'm sure the man thought he was Graham Hill, although he was nowhere near as good looking, unfortunately. Now, I bought you some flowers.
Oh,
Where
you shouldn't have.
Ah, here they are.
Very lovely.
My dear, I haven't interrupted you in the middle of anything, have I?
Oh, no. I was just going to have a bath, that's all.
I always have mine first thing in the morning. So do I, usually.
I best go put these in water.
So this is the flat I've heard so much about, my dear. It's charming. Absolutely charming. Hooray for Haverden Hills. And I'm sure it's so much easier to run than a house and a garden and everything. And there's all those messes of room for the time being.
Yes, well, very spacious while there's just 2 of us.
No hurry, is there? You did promise me you would make me a grandmother until I looked at least 46. Now, to those things
What?
my lovely bedroom Peter was telling me about.
Oh, yes, that's right.
Wonderful. Is my bathroom upstairs too?
No, the bathroom is there.
Oh. Well, never mind me. I'll just fetch the rest of my things.
The rest? What more could she possibly... Oh, good God, I mean, good gracious. Would you like a hand?
No, I shouldn't think so, my dear. I'll just unpack these for now.
Unpack?
Yes.
Well, I must say it looks like you've got enough there for a fortnight.
Oh, my dear, I couldn't possibly impose on you for that long. Besides, my health farm says they'll have me a room by the end of next week. So yes, I'll be here about a fortnight to one for the stairs. Wow.
Superintendent Paul with him at the moment.
I don't care if he's got Pope Paul with him. I want to speak to Peter now.
Oh, Peter, it's your wife.
What's the matter, Francis?
Eleanor has arrived. With her luggage.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I'm surprised she didn't use a bloody Sherpa. I think you ought to come up right away.
But darling, I can't. I've got somebody with me.
Yes, and I've got somebody with me. Your mother.
I just love my room. I'm attached to it already. And Peter was right. It's just the place to spend Christmas. Oh, it must be heavenly here in the autumn with all the leaves falling and stuff.
Yes, I suppose it is. We must take some colour photographs and send them to you.
Yes, I do wish we could get this moved upstairs, darling. I feel such a mess after the journey.
Don't worry, Peter's on his way up now.
Oh, is he? Wonderful. You know, Peter has become so much more considerate since he met you. Thank heavens you two got together before he married that awful merchant banker's daughter.
Do you mean the one who became a nun?
I shouldn't think so, dear. She'll have to qualify for that one way or the other. Now, I expect you want to finish dressing. Plenty of time to gossip while I help you make Peter's lunch.
No, Brian, honestly, she will absolutely love it. Right. Darling, you'll never guess what.
Oh, you bloody coward!
Brian's brought us a wedding present.
Good morning, Brian. You will excuse my casual outfit, won't you? Only somehow it's not quite been my morning.
Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, Francis. I certainly hope I'm going to put that to rights. I'll just put this down here. Oh, that's a bit too wide, never mind. Now, as you know, I was hoping to present you both with a rather unusual table lamp, yeah? One incorporating a musical bonbon box. Actually, yes, I thought it was rather clever. When you lifted the lid, it played a selection from the Chocolate Soldier.
How appropriate.
Anyway, when I went back to get it, they'd sold it. Still, be that as it may, I thought you might appreciate a little objet d'art instead of a little objet chocolat. Oh, I'm such a comedian. I do hope you like it. What? Such a
Vegetables! Isn't it lovely, Peter? We must have it in your mother's room while she stays with us.
Yes, darling. What's it called, Brian?
Legumes Varlet de Provence, from the original by Victor Lemauve. It's non-reflecting glass as well. Is it? Yes, it is. They do a lovely job in boots.
What's that at the side there, Brian? A marrow?
No. Cucumbers. The French have very big cucumbers, especially in Provence. Well, didn't you notice when you're on your honeymoon?
I can't say we did, no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that. They're at least 50% bigger than ours. They press them onto glass, you know. Anyway, I'm glad you like it.
Oh, yes, we certainly do, don't we, darling?
yes.
Right, well, we better get back to the stop it. We better get back to the bank. Back to the bank, Brian. Oh, I'm just up to my eyes down there.
Hello, Peter, darling. Come to mother.
Hello.
Mwah, mwah. My dear, you must be so happy.
Yes,
Both of you. As I was telling Frances
right.
before she got dressed, well, before she was going to get dressed.
Just thought we'd pop up for a minute. Oh, you remember Mr. Brian Runicles, don't you, Mother?
Yes, how are you? Are you well? Say, weren't you at the wedding?
Yes, I gave the speech to the bridesmaids, if you remember.
I do indeed.
How did you forget?
You talked about banking
Oh.
at my son's
Yeah,
wedding.
I did, yeah.
Yes. Surely. Yes, les conféries de Provence. Isn't it?
Well, that's right. From the original by Victor Lemauve.
I know, they shot him in 1944 for collaborating.
Oh. Well, really?
Peter, darling, perhaps you'd like to take that upstairs to your mother along with the rest of her luggage.
Yes, of course, darling.
Wonderful. Well, it was nice to meet you again, Mr. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, radicals.
Mr. Runicles. Thank you. Right. Come along, Peter.
Yes.
Up the stairs.
Yep.
Oh, Peter, does that Mr. Bromhead come
Yes, of course, he's my senior manager.
Wonderful,
Yes.
wonderful. Well, I was wondering perhaps I might invite him to dinner?
Perhaps.
Right, come on, up the stairs.
Yes.
Then it's all in the thighs.
I know, Mother.
Now we're inviting people to dinner! Why don't we throw her a cocktail party while we're about it?
Oh, I'm sure she'd like that, Francis. Well, she doesn't seem a bit shy, does she?
Oh, good heavens, it's the door. Answer it for me, please, Brian. I must get dressed.
Oh, yes, yes, of course. Hello, who is it?
Postman here, madam. Registered parcel from Mr. Hunter.
Oh, Francis, it's a parcel, registered, for Peter. Shall I fetch it for you?
Would you, thanks?
Not at all. Don't go away, Mr. Postman, I'm coming right down.
Don't worry, Mother. I'll ask Mr. Bromhead if he's free for dinner tonight.
What?
Now, Francis.
If your mother thinks that I'm throwing cocktail parties for her and all her silly little friends, she's absolutely crazy!
Now, Francis, I can get us out of Mr. Bromhead easy enough.
I'm pretty sure we're not allowed to run a restaurant over a bank either, Peter.
What's that, Mother? No! I'll move the wardrobe.
I've got it, Francis. I say, I had to laugh, right? Somebody thinks you're a man.
What did you say, Brian?
Right, you won't believe this. This parcel is incorrectly addressed to a Mr. Francis Hunter. Somebody thinks you're a man, you see.
Oh, well, sometimes I wish I was.
Yes, I must say it's very well wrapped up. They've even put string on it. Anyway, I better be getting back to the bank.
Oh, thanks, Brian. God knows where our scissors are. And there isn't a sharp knife in the place.
I've got my house keys with me. Would you like me to do it for you?
Would you? Thanks.
Not at all. Not at all. Oh, you see, it looks like a very professional job. One that my house keys just will not open. I've got it, don't worry.
Does it say who it's from, Brian?
No, well, no, I haven't actually looked yet. Yes, no, there is a label on it. The Scandinavian Import Company.
What? Oh, no! It's all right, Brian. That's my parcel. Nothing really. Just some glasses for the flat. A surprise for Peter. No, really, I can take it.
Oh, see, I'm so sorry. Please, allow me.
No, it was my fault. Let me do it. What?
Well, they're funny sort of glasses, aren't they, Francis? I mean, well, they look more like packets of postcards.
Yes, well, they must have got the orders mixed, the idiots. And they're all sealed down.
Well, no, this one isn't.
What? What?
It's a dirty photo.
What?
I couldn't possibly let you look at me. I mean, it's so heavy. And as for this, well, I'll be looking at it myself.
Don't be ridiculous, Brian. They can't be that bad. My lord, they are too.
It's no laughing matter, Francis. I'm extremely embarrassed. And
Brian.
Peter will be furious if he finds out.
You admitted you were clumsy.
I didn't want to look. You came rushing down and knocked them all out of my hand.
It wasn't all my fault, was it? It was your fault as well.
Well, the next thing I knew, I was down on the floor looking at a naked girl. Francis, do them up, please. Do them up before Peter comes down.
Do them up. Do what up?
Oh,
Francis. Are you interfering with my wife, you randy little chief cashier?
No, certainly not. I mean, she made me cut her string and hold a little surprise.
What?
I mean, I told her to sell. I told her it was pornographic.
Pornographic?
Oh, Peter, stop it. It's not his fault at all. It's all mine.
What the devil are you talking about?
Oh, this parcel from the import company. Well, they haven't sent glasses at all. It's filled with dirty photos. Look.
Good God Almighty! I mean, how can they send stuff like this through the post? I mean, there's 3 of them on the trampoline there. It's unbelievable.
Turning into a gorgeous stage run. And there was the wedding photograph.
No!
Brian's.
showing us, Brian. Most interesting.
Yes, very, very interesting, Brian.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't want them.
You don't want them?
No, he doesn't want them looked at until he's had a chance to touch them out.
Peter!
Welcome them until he's had a chance to work on them. Well, I expect you want to take them back downstairs, Brian, don't you?
Yes. Well, no, actually, I don't want to take them downstairs with the staff and the customers, do I?
Yes, you do. Remember, you said you wanted to take them home at lunchtime.
Yes. Yeah. Well, no. I just remembered I'm not going home at lunchtime. It's round table charity committee. I'm the treasurer. Yeah. Well, if I leave them here, I can pick them up later, can't I? Can't I?
No, I do wish you'd make up your minds. Francis, there doesn't appear to be a long mirror in my bedroom. Do you have one in yours?
Yes.
Wonderful. Don't mind if I use it, do you? Oh, and, Mr.
Radicals.
Yes, you simply must show me those camp photographs sometime.
I really do think you owe me an apology, Peter. Look at my badminton club tie. You put my shuttlecock all out of shape.
Never mind about that. We can't leave stuff like that lying around our bank. We've got to get shot of it.
Oh, it's quite simple, darling. We just post it back.
No, that's just what we can't do. It's illegal, and well, it wouldn't fit through the letterbox anyway. And we have to take it to the post office next door.
Well, I'm certainly not doing that.
Yes, woman, I don't blame you either. Well, I better be getting back to the bank.
Oh, but now hold on a minute, Brian. We've got a very real problem here.
I don't see why. You can just burn them in the garden, can't you?
This is a bank flat, Brian. We don't have a garden.
Oh.
And even if we had a fireplace, we couldn't burn it. It's all electric.
You've got a garden, haven't you, Brian?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I have. No! I haven't got a garden. Well, I have got a garden, but it's communal. It's for all of the flats. 8 of the flats. I only have 12.5%. I can't do it there. It's nothing to do with me.
You signed the parcel, Brian! The post office have got your name already.
Oh, my. I've forgotten that. This is terrible.
Brian, we've got to get back down to the bank. Darling, you hide these somewhere until tonight. Okay?
Where am I going to hide them?
Hide them in the wardrobe in the spare bedroom. Nobody ever goes in there. Right?
I love your bedroom, darling. So small and cozy. And of course that must be the spare bedroom, mustn't it? Next to the study.
Yes.
Mind if I take a look? I
Yeah,
simply
not at all.
must see everything.
Why?
What about the other room down there?
The study? There's nowhere to hide it in there.
The only cupboard we can look is in her bedroom. I say we just throw these silly photos in the dustbin. They call tomorrow.
No, we can't do that.
Why not?
Because the dustmen around here are totting mad. It only takes one of them to see that, and we're guilty of publishing.
Yes, it could be very serious. Tantamount to publishing by dustbin.
What did you say, Mr.
Radicals.
He was just saying that he has a scant amount of rubbish in his dustbin. Say it.
I have a scant amount of rubbish in my dustbin.
What an extraordinary thing to be talking about at this time of the morning. Right, well, I'm going to unpack the rest of my things. You won't mind if I leave the rest of the flat until later, will you? No, thank you. Wonderful, darling.
This stress, I need to visit the little boy's room.
You need to know that, Brian.
Did we get away with that?
I have no idea. Well, we still have to get rid of that. Well, I do suppose it is quite fun. Yes. Always look on the bright side. I might just go and check with him, Brian. Brian, what are you laughing at, Brian?
Oh, it's so obvious. It's staring us in the face.
What is?
The lavatory.
The lavatory.
The lavatory.
Yes.
We tear them up and flush them away.
Don't be ridiculous. That'll take hours.
Oh, don't be silly. Look, I'll take a handful now. That's it. Oh. And then, I'll just flush them away. I mean, I can't just stand around doing nothing.
I'm so sorry, darling. Trust me, I had no idea.
No, I do, and I'm sorry as well. I should never have gone flying like that.
Well, at least it shows you still care, even after 3.5 weeks.
I do.
It's not working. They're not flushing away. They're not going away. What are we going to do?
How am I supposed to? It was your idea. Flush it again.
Yes, I tried that. Thank you, Peter. I mean, they just keep floating on the top, and it's much worse when they're framed.
Oh, for goodness sake, Brian, fish them out! Find something in the flat to help you!
Oh, this is so ignominious for me. So ignominious.
Oh, darling, can you answer that?
Hello, who is it? Excuse me, Mrs. Hunter. Mr. Jordan of Jordan Electric is here to see the manager.
All right, I'll be down in a minute.
All right, I'll be down in a minute!
That doesn't help anyone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I should have never signed. Never signed. I don't mean to seem disloyal, Peter, but after I've done what I can in there, I sincerely hope I shall be excused.
We've got to get rid of this somehow.
Oh, we're going to have to burn them somehow.
Peter, darling, I want to move the ottoman.
We don't even own an ottoman. What is she talking about? A train of cigarette ends wherever he goes.
How extremely dangerous.
I know.
The man ought to be ashamed of himself.
Should.
Surely, those are not my flowers, are they?
Yes, they are. It was Brian, you see, here. Threw them in with the water. So I'm sure they're all right. Dear, I'm dreadfully sorry. Let me take this away.
Quite all right, darling. It wasn't a special order. Parents were delivering anyway, and of course I insist on buying you a new bouquet.
No, by the way, really, no. Where are you going?
But my fingers are filthy.
No, there are other side.
No! My goodness, what are you doing in there?
It's all right now. I've finished now. So, yeah. All yours.
But what are you doing in the bathroom with a trowel?
Yes. Well, I took a trowel to the bathroom because it's part of a potting set. Yeah, a garden potting set for gardeners.
But why is it in the bathroom?
Because well, he couldn't find a proper one to do the job, you see, and he said he'd do it because he's very good at it, and I'm not. Am I, darling?
No, terrible. And, well, Brian said he'd do it for us because he's got a lot of experience of
Timing and grouting.
I've had a lot of experience of troweling and grey-witting, and I was just about to go and do it, but I don't think I will.
I sincerely hope you know what you're talking about, because I certainly don't. Oh, and Mr.
Runnacles.
Runnacles.
cigarette in my mouth.
Never mind about that, Brum. You've got to get rid of that.
What?
Stand up! That! And we're going to. There's only one thing to do, and I know what it is. I've decided to tape it up and dump it as far away from here as possible.
Yes, that's definitely the best thing to do.
Darling, you tear off the label and Brian will help you tear it up, won't you, Brian?
Yes.
Yes, now, what's the address? Where's the label, darling? Right, thank you. Scandinavian Import Company, right. You can't really afford it, but I'll make out a check.
A check, darling?
Yes, darling. The balance of your Swedish glassware, how much was it?
£25, I'm afraid, darling.
Right, you better send them a letter express and tell them it's all a big mistake, and for God's sake, do it right away.
Yes, darling. And thank you for being so good about it.
Quite all right, darling, and we'll all be laughing about it this time next week, won't we, Brian?
Will we?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, very droll. Yes, best to see the funny side.
Yes, exactly. Now, mind where you dump it, old chap.
Yes, I'll... Oh, dump it?
Yes.
I'm not going to dump it. You said you decided.
Yes, I decided you were going to dump it. Look, you're free, and Bromhead's coming over, and I've got Jordan waiting. You've only got to bury it somewhere.
There he is.
Yes, you can use our trowel again if you would like.
I am sorry, Peter. I really must. Draw the line. I would like to help you if I could, but I just can't go and do it.
Peter, there's something very odd about those photographs. Still here.
Excuse me, I must go and do it.
Yes.
You're never going to believe this, but I think that
Mr. Rannicles.
Mr. Runnacles has been tearing up some of his youth photographs in there.
What?
Look, doesn't this look like a trampoline?
Yes, it is. That's why he was tearing it up, because it was probably out of focus when he took it because of all the jumping up and down. And I've got a customer waiting downstairs. I'll see you at lunch, darling. Bye.
Peter!
Oh, right. Yes.
Wait, what? The check?
Hit him! Bye, Mother. Yes, goodbye, Peter. Have a good day. Bye.
He's getting tireless in his old age.
And you're getting careless in yours.
You won't mind if I just quickly write a letter to Peter, would you?
Not at all, darling. Not at all. Just pretend like I'm not here. You know, Francis, it really is so good of you to invite Mr. Bromhead here for dinner. You know, he wants to discuss my stocks and shares. He thinks my current manager is so lacking in imagination.
Is he?
Yes, well, of course, it's a problem having capital these days, darling. Quite honestly, if it weren't for you and Peter, I'd go live in the Bahamas. Oh, I'm disturbing you, aren't I? I do so want Mr. Bromhead to have a high opinion of Peter. I think he's got such a great career in front of him. He's always been very good with numbers. Ever since he was a little boy, he could count from 1 to 10 by the age of 5. That's twice his age, you know. Very high achieving.
Well, I'm just going to go post this in the post office now.
I don't think so, darling. Not dressed like that. You better let me do it. Honestly, it's quite all right. You can just easily.
Peter wants it to go express!
It's all right, darling. I like to make myself useful. I can't stand people who use other people's homes like a hotel. Now you finish getting ready, and I'll go fetch my handbag.
You won't let to express it?
No, not at all, darling. Now you finish dressing. I'll only be a minute, and I'll get you some flowers while I'm out.
I've made up my mind. I have made up my mind. I have
What do you want?
I thought you were Francis.
Francis is getting dressed.
Oh, what a pity.
What?
No.
What do you want?
Peter asked me to do it for him, you see.
What?
But, well, I can't do it. So, it was nice seeing you. I'd better be getting back to my bye.
Hunter. No, he isn't. Oh dear, he's disappeared. I've got a head office on. And I've got hardly anything on. Goodbye.
Francis, darling, are you there?
Yes,
What's
darling.
the relief? You haven't been out yet, have you?
No, I've been doing the letter.
Where's the check?
In the letter.
Well, where's the letter?
In the post, I expect.
In the post, but you said you hadn't been out yet.
No, I haven't. I got Eleanor to do it, but don't worry, I just wanted to express it.
Oh my God, we've had it.
Had it? What are you talking about?
That check I gave you, I gave you the wrong check by mistake. 450.
450 what?
Pounds! We gave those sex merchants 450 pounds of somebody else's money!
How did we do that?
It was the John Electric's wages check, and the Johns had just drawn the money!
But can't you cancel the check?
No, I'd have to tell Mr. Bromhead!
Mr. Bromhead, why?
Because they've got their account at his branch, that's why!
Then why are they cashing their checks here?
Because it's a special arrangement for their wages, that's why it was a cash check! Oh, I can't tell Mr. Bromhead I've given their check to somebody else, oh, you know what he's like!
Oh, this is terrible.
Terrible? It's a disaster. I could lose my job. Right, now, where did you send it, Francis? What's the address? Francis, darling, we're all right. What have you done with the label?
I tore it.
Oh.
I put it down the waste disposal.
But you remember the address, don't you, darling?
No, I can't remember. Your mother was talking the whole time. Perhaps she remembers.
Oh, Mother.
No, Francis. Oh, Peter, darling, I was so lucky. There was hardly anyone in the post office except Mr. Bromhead. Do come in, Mr. Bromhead. Look at these.
Oh, thank you. They're lovely.
Francis. Peter, is everything all right downstairs?
Oh, yes, sir. Everything's absolutely fine, sir.
Good,
Yes.
good. Like your new home, Francis?
Very much. Thank you, Mr. Bromhead. Would you like some coffee?
Thank you.
I'll have.
Peter,
Yes.
I just wanted to warn you. I've had word that one of our bank inspectors, Arnold Needham,
Yes.
he's just finished up in Twickenham and you might be next on his list.
Next on his list, for an inspection, sir.
Well, I don't think he'll be calling just to cash and check, old chap. No. No. Now, I know Arnold Needham of old. He's very meticulous. Thank you. He even checks the key register. Still, you've got nothing to worry about here, have you?
Worry here? No, not at all, sir, not at all.
High flowers!
Do my taffy scratch, that's fine. Clegg Street?
No.
Right, Clematis Street.
No.
Clementhorpe Road.
No.
Bloody hell. Clement Road.
Yes, it might have been.
Yes, well, was it Clement Road 10 Northwest, Southwest 19, or Beckenham?
Oh, it's no use, darling. I can't remember. It's been nothing but that wretched street guide for the past 3 days. Everything from Abbess Close to Zoffany Road. 11,000 street names over and over again. Last night, you even fell asleep on me in the middle of Hornsey Rise.
Well, that's not a road. And we've got to get that wretched check back. I can't understand why the company's not answering the phone.
You wouldn't say that if it's in the photographs. Besides, how am I to have focused when for the past hour all I've been doing is fiddle-faddling around with those cheese dips and stuffed olives?
Stuffed? What with? Pimentos?
No. Anchovies.
But Eleanor can't eat those, darling. She's a strict vegetarian. You know that.
Well, then she can damn well unstuff them herself. I'm not going to. Besides, we've no time now. She'll be back with Mr. Bromhead in a minute.
Oh, well, that'll be nice. We haven't seen Bromhead for what? 10 minutes. We had Bromhead for dinner last night, Bromhead for bridge, Bromhead in the bank all day, and now Bromhead for cocktails. He'll be handling all our shares before we know where we are, and I'm sick to death of it. Yes, Mr. Bromhead. No, Mr. Bromhead. Goodbye, Mr. Bromhead. Hello, Mr. Bromhead.
Hello, Peter. Sorry you've been so long.
The florist is still open. What do you think of these, Francis?
Thank you. They're even better than the
Oh,
others.
no, darling, you don't understand. Mr. Bromhead bought them for me, didn't you, Leslie? If you don't mind me saying so, Francis, I think you do better with a hardy cactus.
Yes.
Take a go.
I like that.
Well, do please sit down, Mr. Bromhead.
What would you like to drink, Mr. Bromhead? Your usual?
Just a small whiskey, please, Peter.
Dubonnet on the rocks with a twisted lemon for me, please, Peter. Francis, I don't suppose you find a nice vase for these flowers, do you?
Yes, of course.
Wonderful. I think I might put them in my bedroom in place of legumes de Provence. I do find that cucumber rather overpowering in the bedroom.
Well, here you are, Mr. Bromhead.
Thank you, Peter. I just wanted to warn you about something. Your mother wants me to go through her investments with her.
Oh, yes, not at all, sir. It's absolutely fine.
What a charming woman, and
Yes.
so attractive.
Yes, sir.
In many ways, you know, she reminds me of my dear late wife.
Really, sir? Really, sir? Yes.
Oh, Peter, I haven't told you my terrific news.
What?
Leslie is taking me to the theatre this evening.
Really, Leslie? Really, sir?
It's only the local rep, of course. My wife and I used to go a great deal. It'd be nice to take it up again.
What's playing tonight?
They're trying out a new musical, The Voices from Valhalla. It's the first night tonight.
Yes, I am looking forward to it. I've always been keen to the theatre, ever since I saw The Mousetrap at school. It was a wonderful play. There. What do you think of these?
Well, I can tell that you're an expert in flower arrangement as well, Eleanor.
Thank you, Leslie. Still, I don't think I'll leave them here. I'm a head.
I'll take your drink.
Thank you, Peter.
More cheese stick, Mr. Bromhead?
It's not the garlic one, is it?
Oh no, it's the celery.
Ah, good. I'll do that.
Isn't Francis doing awfully well? You know, I could scarcely boil an egg before I took the cordon bleu. But when one takes the cordon bleu, one doesn't feel like boiling an egg now, does one?
Olive, Eleanor.
Yes, thank you, darling.
Have a drink, sir.
I've got your title.
Oh dear, they appear to have anchovies in them.
Oh, do they really? I am sorry, Peter must have opened the wrong jar.
I beg your pardon.
It's quite all right, darling. I know you're only trying to be helpful.
Mind, my dear, you've almost sat on the Herald.
The what?
The Herald, it's our...
The Herald? Leslie!
it's our local newspaper.
Oh, yes, I rather like the local newspaper. It's very quaint, isn't it?
So,
Good gracious! Listen to this. Thames Valley Police were today investigating the shock discovery of shells of pornographic photographs found floating down the river at Cunningham Lock.
What? It can't be true! I mean, it can't be true. They must be making it out.
I don't think they can be, darling. They've got an eyewitness.
An eyewitness?
Yes, a water bailiff says he saw a man drop a parcel into the river.
What man?
They refer to him here as the phantom pornographer. But they don't know who he is.
Oh, they don't know who he is.
No, but they made an identikit photograph of him.
An identikit? Did you hear that, Peter?
Yes.
They made an identikit.
yes, that face looks somehow familiar.
More cheese stick, Mr. Bromhead!
No, thank you. No, thank you, Francis. Who they say who's just heading the case, Eleanor?
Yes, Superintendent Vernon Paul.
Ah, good. Good man. It sounds like they're taking it very seriously, and so they should.
And quite so, sir.
Yes, we all know this sort of thing is rife in certain parts of London.
And what's the pity,
We
sir?
don't want that sort of filth and corruption down here.
No, not from a nice old town like this. Or Chelsea.
Or Chelsea. But you see, this sort of thing has spread like the plague. I remember when I was a manager at Eastbourne.
Eastbourne.
And I found my chief cashier with some very questionable Indian books.
India.
Indian. But you know what I did? I sacked him on the spot. Shot him out like a rocket.
Did you really, sir?
Yes, and I've never regretted it. Now, I'd like to get my hands on these filth merchants. I'd give them stick.
His hands look at filthy.
Peter! Francis! Something terrible! Ah, Mr. Bromhead! Well, I got my photo of the paper.
My son! Again!
So sorry, please, allow me.
Never mind my arm.
I'm so sorry, don't get around.
Radicals! What the dickens do you mean stampeding in here like an escaped boy?
Well, you see, it's my fault, Mr. Bromhead.
Yes, it was all his fault, Mr.
I gave
Bromhead.
him the key to the side door.
A key to the side door.
In case of emergency.
An emergency.
Emergencies? There isn't an emergency now, is
No,
there?
that's not an emergency.
Emergency.
Then what the devil are you playing at, Radicals?
Playing at Radicals.
Playing at, we've seen he's playing at
The town hall!
the town hall. Yes! He's playing at the town hall next month.
He's taking out amateur dramatics, you know.
Yes, really. In addition to the youth club, look at me when I'm talking to you, Radicals. In addition to the youth club football refereeing and the round table, it's a wonder your time to come to my bank at all.
Oh, try my hardest, sir.
Anyway, I don't see what amateur dramatics have got to do with your extraordinary method of entry just now.
Well, that's exactly what it's to do with, sir. The Method School of Acting. You see, Brian's having trouble with his first entrance.
Is he?
Yes.
I'm having trouble with my entrance.
So he's following Stanislavski?
And I sincerely hope, for all our sakes, that you catch up with him before long. And what classical piece is to be blessed by your electrifying Thisbian talent, Chronicles?
Beg pardon?
What play are you doing?
Oh, what play am I doing? What play am I doing?
George and Margaret! He's playing in George and Margaret.
Oh, well, that's savoury, isn't it? Yes.
Oh, I suppose it's a bit risque, yes.
Risque? George and Margaret? By Gerald Savoury?
No.
You don't seem to know much about it, do you? What part are you playing?
He's playing the lead, sir.
Yes. I'm playing George.
George? But it's George and Margaret who are coming to dinner.
Aren't they? Are they? Well, I don't want to be in the way.
Damn fool! In the play, George and Margaret are coming to dinner, but they never come on stage. That's the whole point.
No, but it's different in the amateur version. They do come on, right at the very end. They, had to give everyone a chance.
I must say, I'm fascinated, Mr. Runkles. Surely you've not come here purely to rehearse your entrance in the George and Margaret.
Oh, no. I wanted to speak about a personal matter, a very personal problem, sir.
Well, I'm sure Peter and Francis wouldn't mind if we used a spare room for a moment. I think it's free.
Yes.
Come in here, tell me about it, old chap. Towards the study, minus spillage.
No, I'd like to speak to, Peter, Mr. Hunter.
Yes, I know who Peter is.
Yeah, I'd like my advice from him,
Well,
please.
with all due respect, I don't see what sort of advice Peter can give the Thai car.
Well, you see, it is rather delicate, sir. He thinks he might be suffering from
Oh, well, that's different then. Perhaps that sort of thing would be better coming from a younger man.
Well, if no one else wants your advice, Leslie, perhaps you and I could discuss my stocks and shares in the
Yes, of
study?
course, my dear.
Wonderful. I can't wait for you to have a peep at my portfolio.
I should get some ointment for that as soon as possible. I'm coming, my dear.
It's some ointment for him. What did you tell him? What am I supposed to be suffering from?
Never mind about that. What about that? Why did you throw the box in the river, Brian?
Yes, you said you were going to bury them on the common.
I tried to! Shh! I tried to. I mean, I went to dig them up, but then I tripped over them.
Tripped over what? Tripped over what?
Well, this young couple. I mean, they were both lying there without any of their...
Oh, Lord.
Yes, I mean, well, she didn't have...
Yes.
Yeah, and he... Jesus Christ.
No.
I mean, it was extremely embarrassing. I mean, I didn't know what to say.
What did you say?
Good evening. I mean, that's all I had time for. Then he picked me, and he'd still got his boots on. There must be a
No,
terrible...
we don't need to see, Brian. What made you dump the box in the river? Why didn't you bury it somewhere else?
Well, I couldn't. I mean, you must understand there were couples lying everywhere. I mean, you must remember it was early closing day.
Early closing. But that was yesterday. You said you dumped them on Monday right away.
Yeah, well, you know, I had to consider all of the angles.
Dirty beast! You've been sitting at home leering at them!
Brian, I'm surprised at you.
Certainly not. I mean, how could you accuse
Well...
Well, I mean, the box came open of its own
Of course
accord.
it did.
Well, I'm only doing you a favour.
Really?
And the papers are on it.
Yes, we know, Brian.
And that's not all. The police will be after me next. They've already made an ident what's it?
Yes.
Oh, the next thing you know, they'll be round here asking questions. Oh, there you
Hello, who is it?
Good evening, Mrs. Hunter. Superintendent Paul here.
Superintendent Paul.
I've got to get out of here. I'm a wanted man.
It's okay, Brian, we're all in this together.
I don't want to be all in this together. I don't want to be in it at all.
Just a minute, please.
All right, you just sit on the sofa and let me do all the
Calm,
talking.
Brian.
You just sit there. There's a good chap.
Right?
Good evening, Mrs. Hunter. It's your husband, isn't it?
Yes, there he is.
Good evening, Mr. Hunter. Good evening. Normally I wouldn't bother you like this, but you are rather inviting trouble.
The trouble?
Mr. Runicles, how long have you been here for then, sir?
About 4.5 years.
Well, I guess you must be the culprit.
Culprit! No!
Yes. One of you has left the side door. One of you! I can see it across the street.
No, I mean, that's always happening, Brian, and it's not good enough.
Yes, Peter's told you many times now, Brian, you've got to keep that door closed. This is banked property after all.
Exactly, my dear. Now you will be more careful in the future, won't you, Mr. Runicles?
Yes. Well, I think I'd better be going.
Don't you have a drink now you're here, Superintendent?
Oh, that's very kind of you, Mrs. Hunter, but I really ought not to as I am on duty.
What a pity.
Still, seeing as I'm not driving, I could just have a small double.
Gin or whiskey?
Actually, I prefer vodka if you've got it. Doesn't hang on the breath.
Darling, answer that, would you, Brian?
Yes? Hello, who is it?
No special delivery here. Parcel from Mr. Francis Hunter.
Oh, again?
Beg your pardon?
Francis, they've sent more! I mean, Mr. Policeman said they've sent more. I mean, there is more. It's downstairs. There's a man.
Oh, it must be another wedding present.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Pop down inside for it, will you, Brian?
Yes. I'll just be right down. Oh, no.
Oh, there's a good chap, Brian. You just pop down and sign for it.
Beg pardon?
Pop down and sign for it now, Brian.
What
Off
do you want me to
They
do?
want you to go and sign for it.
I haven't got a pencil.
The postman will have one. They always do.
Of course.
Right. Well, that's all sorted then. I'll just go and sign for a parcel.
Bye-bye.
Oh.
Is everything all right with Mr. Runicles? Seems to be in a bit of a state tonight.
Well, you see, it's his new girlfriend. You see, she's a little cracker. She's a queen, just a beauty queen, and she's having dinner at his flat tonight.
Well, what's he doing here then?
Flour for bread. He found that he'd run out of flour to make bread with, so he came over here to have some. And I expect you're pretty busy at the moment, aren't you, Superintendent?
No more than the usual, Mrs. Hunter.
Aren't you? Only we were reading about you in the paper tonight.
Oh, the pornography case.
Yes.
Well, where there's someone selling, there's someone buying, and that's how we catch them.
Well, I suppose that sort of thing could happen on accident, you know, inertia selling.
Yes.
People getting things they haven't asked for.
Exactly.
No, well, that's what they always say when we catch them. But if they're so innocent, why don't they come to us in the first place?
Of course, that's what they should do. I mean, they'd be all right then, wouldn't they?
Naturally.
Oh, well, in that
A
case,
man is always innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
That's why we conduct a thorough investigation to prove it.
What? That he's innocent?
No, that he's guilty.
Thank you, Leslie.
Leave no stockbrokers to be, my dear.
I'm so glad you like the look of my industrial.
Oh, this is a surprise. Not an official call, I hope.
No, I was just passing by and I thought I'd pop in.
Him!
Vernon, this is Peter's mother. This is Eleanor Hunter. Eleanor, this is Superintendent Vernon.
How do you do,
How
Superintendent?
do you do, Mrs. Hunter? It's a great pleasure to meet you.
Yes, well, I must be off. Can I give you a leave, Superintendent?
Oh, yes, thanks, I'll be glad of it.
I shall see you at 7:15, my dear.
You're going through at 7:50 and I ought to get myself ready.
Yes, it's 6:30, you've got less than an hour.
I'll soon throw myself together.
Okay, well, good evening, Mrs. Hunter. Good evening, Mr. Hunter. Peter. Thanks for the drink. Well, hospitality.
Not at all, sir. Most interesting talking to you. Good evening.
Well, not still rehearsing your entrance for the George and Margaret, are you, Radicals?
No. I was just downstairs, but now I've come up again.
Mind what you get up to with your little queen tonight?
My little queen.
Yes, and don't eat all the bread either. You may feel like a couple of slices in the morning.
Well, that's a good old-fashioned remedy. Very annoying. Slap a bread poultice on it, Radicals.
Slap a bread poultice on it.
We don't know either.
My little queen.
We can explain that one.
What are they talking about? What am I supposed to be suffering from? I insist upon knowing.
Never mind about that, right? Let's have a look at this parcel then.
Oh, you're welcome to it. I'm having nothing to do with this one.
Right. Well, looks like the same writing, is it, darling?
Yes, screening
I
again.
don't understand why they sent more photographs. I'm not paying for the... Oh my God, they must have presented the check already.
What, already?
Yes, check. What check?
No, that's more trouble. We haven't told you about that yet.
Oh, more trouble. No, I don't want to know.
All right, I'll deal with the check. We've got to get rid of this parcel first. I suppose somebody better go and dump it again.
Are you out of your minds? I'm not going skulking in shrubberies, digging up riddles, or getting kicked on the booty anymore.
But wait, this parcel, it's just what we need. Do you remember the last parcel had a label on it with the address?
Yes.
Yes, that means then one of us, well, I mean you, can take it back to them and tell them it was all a mistake, and that'll get me
Us.
that'll
trains around here. Now look, Brian, I've told you before, you really mustn't panic like this. You will jump the gun. You've got to keep cool in a crisis. Think things out logically, step by step, and you just have to keep absolutely calm. Look up! Yes, thank you.
There's no label on it.
What? What do you mean there's no label?
Here, I've considered the not basis they can't just magically see.
There's no label on it.
It's got to be on it, but maybe there's something inside. You're opening this. God.
What?
They've sent blue films now. They've sent blue films.
No, there's got to be a label. There's got to be. Let me see.
Right.
Paper here. Receipt to be following. With grateful thankings.
Grateful thankings? Oh, good heavens, they're not even English. Balance credited to your account. Please find enclosed the latest non-flam safety rollers for tits. Please turn over. Well, thank you.
Give me that. For titles, please turn over.
I'm so sorry.
My God, look at this lot. Ride a cock horse side saddle. 2 at a time, please. Well, at least they're polite. Tip tap and rise again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Winnie the Pooh. Jack and Jill forgot the pill. Now that is irresponsible.
Oh, but there's got to be an address in here somewhere. They're not a label anyway, darling.
Darling, there's not a thing, not even on this scrappily drawn note. But we're worse off than ever now. What's more, they're non-flam safety. We couldn't burn them immediately.
I've got it.
What?
The waste disposal. Put them down the waste disposal.
The waste disposal, yes, that's it. Come on,
You're
Peter.
running again, Brian.
No time like the present. Come on. That's it. Put them in. That's it. Come on. 2 at a time, please.
Don't put the reel in as
Oh,
well.
that's an idiot. Peter,
Not
that's
too
it.
fast, Brian.
Oh, no, it's jammed. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Oh, you got pills all over the floor now.
You're right. You've done it again. Oh, for goodness sake.
I'm sorry.
Francis!
Oh,
Can I help you with the washing up?
hello, Mother. Okay, how can I help?
I do feel these vegetables might feel more at home in the kitchen.
Yes, I'll just go and put them there. Right, take these.
What's going on in there?
Nothing.
What's... No, Francis, the man was in there. What's going on?
Brian. You see, Brian's in there helping Francis to reel up. No, to wind up. No, to clean up, you see. Brian's had a bit of an accident in there.
What? Him?
Yes.
Peter, you mustn't let him foist himself upon you like this. The
No.
man seems to live here practically. He just doesn't know when to leave.
No.
Honestly.
It's all right, Peter. We got it all under control. Good evening.
Oh, good evening. Are you leaving already? Oh dear, what a pity still. Lovely seeing you. You go home now. Go on.
Ah, yes, Brian's parcel.
My parcel.
Yes, it'll be quite all right. You can leave it in the strong room overnight and then pick it up in the morning. But no, don't thank me yet, Brian. Look, I know I really shouldn't, but as it is an emergency, please, you can put it in the post office tomorrow. Thank you. There's a good chap. Goodbye, Brian. Have fun with your box.
Good night, Brian.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See what I mean,
Yes.
Peter? The man didn't want to leave even then. Honestly.
I think he just likes the company, that's all.
Rather inconsiderate of him, since he realised you two are newly married and wish to be left alone. Oh. Now, Francis, can I help you with the washing up?
No, don't worry. These will help me.
Yes, I suppose I should be getting ready for Mr. Bromhead anyway. One should never keep a man waiting unless one actively dislikes him. Peter,
Yes, Mother?
you do like Mr. Bromhead, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Good, good. Thought you did.
You don't suppose? Well, I mean, she can't possibly be thinking of...
What?
Tully.
Gosh, I should hope not. What a terrible prospect. Imagine calling Mr. Bromhead Imagine calling Mr. Bromhead Daddy. Oh. What have you done now, Brian?
What have I done?
Come in.
Solved the whole problem. That's what I do. As I always say, you've got to keep cool. things out logically, step by step. And so I thought to myself, spot check. I thought, spot check.
Spot check?
Yes, you're getting it. What if the bank inspector comes here for a spot check and finds Dick Turpin riding around the strong room again and again and again?
Yes, we understand.
Well, that's when I saw the lorry through the window.
Lorry, what window?
Or the window in the side door. I mean, it was just stopped at the lights, full up with junk, just like old Steptoe. So you know what I did? I slipped out the back, put the films in the lorry. The lights turned green, the lorry sped away, and it'll probably be halfway to a scrapyard by now.
That would be the superintendent.
You didn't leave the side door open again, did you,
Well,
Brian?
if they saw me by the lorry, I've got to get out of here.
You told me you got somebody at the door.
Well, answer it then.
Mr. Hunter?
That's right, yes.
British Road Services. Delivery for you. 2 packages.
Packages? What of?
Oh no, madam, we don't pack them. We just carry them. Even that's bad enough. Yeah, just sign there. Suppose this is your invoice as well. Must have fallen off.
Darling, you take this.
Give me a second.
Right. Oh, yeah.
There you go, sir.
My keys back,
Oh,
brother.
yes, sorry. Give me a hand.
Right. God, it's them again!
What,
They said more!
Films?
No books! Illustrated in full colour! 1,001 perversions, 1.5 gross!
Oh, more wedding presents!
Now, how many more, for goodness sake?
Only about 4 dozen, darling.
I've been up and down those stairs, well, at least twice. You know what, I think I'll take the north face of the Eiger next time. But, darling, can you open the door, please? Well, I can't believe you found me this hefty
Well, I
book.
managed
This
it, didn't I?
How do bloody hell?
I did enjoy that cup of tea, Francis. Although normally I prefer let saying too strong. No, I don't suppose one should get that from tea bag. Now can one?
No, I don't suppose one can. I must remember to ask you the next time I'm in Tesco's.
Thank you, darling. By the way, did you ever see what was in the Swedish glassware box that arrived?
Oh, no.
Let's see what's inside.
It's not here anymore. In fact, I mean, Peter took it away. They sent us far too many. Should have gone to a hotel.
Well, isn't that typical? One never gets what one orders these days, do they? You know, those boxes were so huge. I thought you must be throwing me a cocktail party. Now, Francis, do you have a spare emerald?
Yes, I do. It's just in my bedroom. I'll get it for you.
Wonderful, thank you. One of my nails is an absolute disgrace. It got caught on the wardrobe. Perhaps Peter could fix it when he gets home.
Yes, I'm sure I can take a look at it for you. There we are.
So much, darling. Yes, always been very good with the hands. All that and a drink. Ah.
I can't take much more of this. If you hadn't sent the wrong check in the first place, none of this would have happened.
Well, I said I was sorry. At least now we've got a label with their address on it.
Oh, yes, Clement Road, Beckenham sounds just like Templeton Road, Hounslow, doesn't it?
I did say I wasn't sure. You don't think we made a mistake sending Brian to Hounslow, do you?
Darling, I can't be in 2 places at once, and it is only 10 minutes up the M4. He only had to deliver a simple message. He can't possibly make a hash of that.
You don't want to make a bet on it, do you?
No, well, he wouldn't win the 3:30 if he started at 2:15.
Shouldn't you be back by now, darling?
Of course he should. I'm very worried about it. Look, darling, I think I'd rather move the books than charging the van by the hour.
All right.
Thank you so much, Francis. You've saved my life.
There's a policewoman with a torch by the van that we...
What did you say, dear?
I said, there's a policewoman at trial. She
I ought to.
called my fan weed.
Ah, you're talking about that.
We were discussing, actually, Sir Francis and I were discussing unusual names, you see.
For the future. The future. In case we might need one.
And I remembered there's a policewoman at Triorchi called my fan.
Yes. My Fanwy Eleanor Hunter. I rather like that. It sounds French. I like the French. Oh, are those things like figures your father gave you?
Yes, they are.
Wonderful. You must let me have a
No,
look.
Francis is wrong. These aren't Father's books. These belong to the bank downstairs, you see.
1,001 what?
1,001 conversions. It's all to do with decimalization.
Oh, right. Indeed, darling. I still don't understand the decimal thing anyway. I swear it's been cold since we switched to centigrade.
What's all this about a policewoman then?
Well, there's one down by the bank now. I mean, what can you expect when there's a van parked outside it? Lord, can you answer that for me, darling?
Hello, who is it?
Hello, Francis. Brian here. I've accomplished my mission, but can't get in. The door seems to be locked on automatic. Over.
All right, Brian, it's free now.
Thank you. I've had a spot of bother, but it's all A-OK now. Over and out.
A-OK? Locked on automatic, over and out. Who does he think he's calling mission control?
Well, I suppose we lose communications while he makes his re-entry.
Darling, stop this.
Oh, I told you we shouldn't have sent him. I know he's made a hash of it. He's nothing but a bag of nerves.
Darling, can you stop impersonating Brian, please? It's Butch Cassidy!
No, Brian. You do know there's a van outside.
Yes, I know there's a van outside. I hired it to ship the books.
Oh, good gracious, have you got rid of them yet?
You've got a damned nerve. It took me an hour to find a van at all.
Yes, don't just stand around, Brian. Give us some help.
I've had a grueling time as well, Francis. A very grueling time indeed.
Grueling? What are you talking about?
Yes, you've been to Hounslow and back, not riding shotgun for Wells Fargo.
I'm not talking about a journey, Peter. I'm talking about the Scandinavian Import Company. Well, they weren't there.
What do you mean they weren't there?
Jesus, no. I mean, well, no, Templeton wrote an accommodation address. You know, with a lot of postcards in a glass bookcase
But
outside.
didn't you see anybody?
Not at first. His shop was very dark. But then I saw him, the owner, that is. Well, he was a very odd sort of man. He kept looking this way and talking out the side of his mouth, just like this.
Yes, but what did he say, Brian?
He said, and I quote, I'm nothing to do with the company, but I can give them a message. I can phone a Mr. Knicker's lady. So I told him straight. I said you were not happy with what you got when you answered the advertisement because it wasn't what you were after.
But what about the cheque, Brian? You didn't forget about the cheque, did you?
Certainly not. I'm not a fool, you know. I said, oh, listen here, boyo. This Mr. Knicker's lady had better send somebody down here to deal with it right away.
You did what? Put it down. Are you out of your mind?
We don't want any Swedish Greeks from Hounslow coming here.
Well, how was I supposed to know that? I mean, I just thought it'd be the best thing to do. Oh, good heavens.
Yes, who is it?
Leslie Bromhead.
Fine, do come up.
Oh, come on, Brian, we've got to get rid of these. Francis, you call Eleanor.
All right. Eleanor, Mr. Bromhead's here.
So ignominious for me, Peter.
But right, supposing your man from Hounslow shows up while Eleanor and Bromhead are here, right, you've got to get them out of the flat as soon as possible.
I'm hiding in here till they're gone. All of them.
I do hope Leslie hasn't gotten us a box. I think half the fun of going to the theatre is mixing with the general public. Get the door.
Oh, how charming you look, my dear. I thought you might care for some chocolates. Just in here. There you go.
How terribly sweet of you, Leslie. That's what is it, darling? I'm sure we've got masses of time.
No, I don't think you should. I mean, I don't think you should leave it too long to get to the theatre. Well, because of the parking. Isn't that right, darling?
What? Oh, yes, yes, it is. Yes, good evening, sir. sir.
Peter, I didn't realise there was a parking problem at the theatre these days.
But neither did I. I mean, they've got an enormous car park now, haven't
Yes,
they?
darling, but I've heard there's often a terrific queue to get in now. Something to do with the new automatic gates.
Oh yes, the new automatic gates. Well, it takes twice as long now.
Yes, it was the same with the Royal Escort last week.
Perhaps we better be going then, my dear.
I'm entirely in your hands, Leslie.
Yes. By the way, Peter, did you know there's a van parked outside?
A van? No. No, I had no idea. It must be something to do with the boutique over the road.
Ah, well, you might want to keep an eye on it. You never know.
No, certainly.
So, don't wait up for us, darlings. Good night, Francis. Good night, Peter.
night.
Oh, yes, Peter. Get a good night's rest. Arnold Needham might be along in the morning to start his inspection. I just wanted to warn you. Come along, my dear. We don't be late for the voices from Valhalla.
Thank you. I'm very excited. I've never been to Valhalla before.
Is it safe? Are they all gone now?
It's safe for you, yes. And thank you for your help, Brian.
There is really no need for sarcasm, Peter. I have backed you both up to the hills, done everything I can. Nobody could possibly say I left you in the lurch. I wonder if it's safe for me to go now.
Go! Before we've loaded the rest of the books. I'm going to give Peter a hand.
Well, I'd like to.
Oh, all right then.
I'd like to.
Well, come on then, before your man from Hounslow gets here.
Oh, okay, very well then. But then I've got to go to my round table. I mean, if I'm not there, they'll cut off my honorarium.
Oh, disaster!
Good Lord, it's the High Street.
What was that, darling?
On the radio, they're talking about our High Street.
The sudden outbreak of pornography in the Thames Valley mentioned in our local bulletin yesterday took a new turn today. Only 2 days after photographs were found floating in the river, a consignment of indecent films were found on a lorry taking jumble to St Mark's Church Bazaar.
What was that? What did he say?
The nature of the films was not discovered until one of those was shown to members of the Women's Bright Hour who were expecting a religious travelogue. The projectionist, the vicar, the Reverend Owen Hussey, not available for comment today. He was among those treated for shock by the St John's Ambulance Brigade. Films, which were unlabelled, have been handed over to the...
Shut up!
But...
A lorry loaded with junk, just like old Septo.
But...
Do you realise what you've done? Every policeman in the place will be after us now. Come on, darling, you'll have to help shift the books.
How could you do it to us, Brian? How could you do it to us?
This is outrageous! I mean, carrying these bloody great tomes around, I mean, I could do myself an injury!
No, darling, I'll take the rest.
Peter, there's somebody at the door. I suppose I'll get it then. Hello, who is it?
Is Mr. Hunter there, please?
Oh, I don't know anymore. Who wants him?
You won't know me. It's confidential business. My name's Arnold Needham.
Oh. Are you the man from Hounslow?
I came through Hounslow, yes, from Twickenham.
It's about the books and the things.
Which you could say that. Who's speaking?
I don't know. I mean, you don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll buzz you in. Peter, is the man from Hounslow!
What? Already? Well, thank God for that. We can finally have this whole thing out with them at last.
Did you say the man from Hounslow is
I
here?
did.
Yes, now, darling, you better leave him to me. There is a chance he may turn nasty. Cut up rough. What the? No, right, the books are in there.
No, I'm hiding in here till he's gone.
Good evening.
Good evening, come in. Yes, that's right, come in.
Do apologise for calling so late at night.
Oh, no, it's quite all right. We're only too pleased to see you so soon.
And I hate to mention it, but did you know there's a van outside?
Yes, I did. My wife and I were just loading it up. Oh, my wife, Frances.
How do you
Good
do?
evening, Mrs. Hunter. I do hope I haven't called at an inconvenient time.
Oh, no, not at all. We were just waiting for you.
Waiting for me? You knew I was coming.
Yes, that's why we were putting the books in the van, yes.
Putting them in the van? Whatever for?
Well, so you can take them back with you to Hounslow.
To Hounslow? No. I don't want to deal with them in the Hounslow branch. I want to deal with them here in the
Oh,
morning.
no, we can't wait till tomorrow. There's this trouble over the vicar. Well, and now the Women's Bright Hour.
Women's Bright Hour?
Yes.
Yes, it wasn't so bad when we had the cards. We just threw them into the river.
Yes.
You threw the cards into the river?
Yes.
But what about the records?
Oh, records? Well, thank God we didn't have any of those, eh?
Teddy?
No, if they're anything like the books, we don't want them either.
Mr. Hunter,
Yes.
are you seriously telling me you've thrown the cards into the river, you've never kept any records, and you don't intend on keeping your books?
That is exactly what I'm telling you. And nothing you can tell me can maybe change my mind either.
never heard anything like it. I suppose you don't keep a key register either.
No, we don't keep a key register. Did you say key register?
Naturally. It's normal banking procedure. Not confined to the National United.
Aren't you the man from the book people?
Certainly not. I'm Arnold Needham. I come here to start a bank inspection in the morning.
Oh, Barney O'Reilly!
That was our
Parrot.
yes, that was our parrot! We have a parrot, Mr. Needham, and he swears whenever he wants anything. You better go give him some cuttlefish, darling!
Yes, darling, of course. He sings pieces of eight too, you know.
Pieces of it!
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Needham. It's all just a big misunderstanding. See, we thought you were somebody else, somebody who'd come to collect some books, some private books belonging to my chief cashier, Mr. Brian Runnicles.
You swine!
There he goes! Rich, not cuttlefish! Well, it is most kind of you to pop round and let us know you're starting tomorrow.
Oh, may I?
Oh, of course, yes.
But that wasn't actually my prime intention. I came looking for Mr. Bromhead.
Mr. Bromhead?
Yes, it is housekeeper's suggestion. Quite an unhelpful lady. Seemed totally disinterested in everything merely because it was her night off.
Oh, dear, how... Well, I'm afraid Mr. Bromhead won't be back for, several hours. He's taken my mother to the theatre.
Was an extremely unfortunate combination.
I beg your pardon.
Circumstances, dear man. See, I finished up a day early at Twickenham and my hotel room here isn't available until tomorrow. I was rather hoping Mr. Bromhead could put me up. He's been so kind in the past.
Oh, dear, well, that is awkward, yes. It is awkward. Well, I don't know what to suggest.
Well, if it wouldn't be too much of an imposition, perhaps I could wait here until he returns?
No, help!
He does swear a lot, doesn't he?
Yes.
Not that I want to intrude.
Oh, no. It's just that we were discussing, that is, my wife and I were discussing going out ourselves. Weren't we, darling? Yes.
Yes, we are thinking of going for a run, Mr. Needham.
Oh, well, don't stay in on my account. I shall be perfectly comfortable here with the radio or some of your books. You read a lot?
Yes, as I was saying, we decided to go for a run, but then we discovered we were far too tired, and we thought we could early night instead, didn't we, darling?
Yes, we thought that we could stand like a step, Mr. Needham.
Oh, well, I'm quite all right on my own. I've already eaten, though I am a little tired, and I'm afraid I suffer from chronic insomnia. Any rest is more than welcome.
Oh dear, how very unfortunate.
Yes,
Well, we can't leave you up until the early hours, Mr. Needham, and we've got the bed set up in the spare bedroom. You're more than welcome to it if you would like.
that is most kind of you, Mrs. Hunter. You're sure I won't be in the way?
Oh, no, it would be much better if you stayed in the spare bedroom. Darling, why don't you show Mr. Needham where everything is?
Yes, of course. Well, that's the bathroom just there, Mr. Needham, and the study is the one on the left. Peter and I are just in there if you need anything.
Well, most kind of you both. But I shall get to bed straight away, as I like to say. An hour before breakfast is worth 3 afterwards. Good night.
Good night.
God!
Oh, no.
This is outrageous! I've never been so humiliated in my life. I mean, I suppose I got psittacosis now as well. That's it! That is it! I am leaving! Flying away this instant!
Well, you might as well take some books down with you, Brian.
Yes, I think Take it, Brian. Ow!
It's taking me a while to understand. Oh, right.
Good night, Mr. Hunter.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.
That wouldn't be Mr. Bromhead, would it?
Oh, no, it's just one of our friends calling over, that's all.
Good night, then.
Good night, yes. Good night. Good evening, Superintendent.
Good evening, Mr. Hunter. Sorry to disturb you again, but you do know there's a van parked outside.
A van? Did you say a van?
Yes, one of my constables made a report about it.
Oh, that van. Well, that's Brian, Mr. Runkles. That's his van.
He uses it to keep his youth club camping equipment, which he keeps in there.
Oh, well, I thought I'd just check as I was passing by.
Right.
Where is he, by the way?
Who?
Mr. Runnington.
Ah,
Oh,
yes.
well, he's just popped out for a drink at the Queen's Arms.
Oh, well, I do hope he's not having one for the road. You know our bench. Very hot on drinking and driving.
Yes, I have heard. Thank you for warning us. I'll make a point of telling him. Thank you, Superintendent.
Good night, Mrs. Hunter.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Hunter.
Good night, Superintendent. Good night.
I heard that. I heard that. Well, now I'm a drunken driver as well. Well, I'm not standing for it. I'm not standing for it. I've made up my mind. It's no use convincing me otherwise. I'm going to resign my position at the National United Bank. What about that then?
Oh, don't be so bloody pompous, Brian. You're the chief cashier of a sub-branch. Not the governor of the Bank of England, for goodness sake.
Well, that was nice. I mean, who was that even meant to be? I mean, that was charming after all I've been through. Even Francis is turning against me now.
It's okay, Brian. It's not that bad. I know things are a bit dodgy, but it's no worse for you than it is for the rest of us.
Yes, it is. It most certainly is. I mean, you don't have to go charging in there every time a door opens.
My wife loves to sing.
Voice of an angel. Couldn't get a glass of water for my sleeping hat.
Yes, you know, of course, allow me.
I'd do it myself, but not having a dressing gown, and you're a good lady, you understand.
Yes, it's quite all right. How many is it, Mr. Needham?
Oh, just one. You break it into a little water and stir it around. They're very fast acting. Oh dear!
Peter, where are you?
In the kitchen.
What are you doing in there?
Well, I'm getting water for Mr. Needham's sleeping capsules. Could you put one in his glass for me?
Today's up.
Yes, but you have to break it first.
Oh, right.
Here, now just wait for him to come back. Give him it and everything will be absolutely for what you do.
Just making sure.
Darling, no, but Francis!
Where are you going?
Now it needs more water. You can eat this with a knife and fork.
Do you want to? You've got to help me with Brian. He's got that look again, only worse.
Oh dear!
Oh, don't mind me. I was just going to go shut something up in the bedroom.
That would be Mr. Bromhead, would it?
No, another one of our friends, I expect.
You do get a lot of tourists, sir. I haven't forgotten my sleeping dress.
No, I'll bring it to you as soon as I've answered the door.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you.
Good night. Yes. Good evening, come in.
Mr. Hunter,
That's right, yes.
you've got things all organised here, haven't you?
Have I?
Wasn't that to please Superintendent, that is it?
I suppose it was, yes.
Well, you've got things well organised then, aren't you going to welcome us in?
But I don't know who you are.
Well, I'm Susan, and this is Barbara, my sister.
Right.
Oh, it's nice here, isn't it? We never worked over a bunk before, have we, Barbara?
I'm sorry, work here? I'm sorry, who are you?
Mr. Blake sent us. Obviously, he said you weren't satisfied.
What God almighty, you don't mean you're from the Scandinavian...
Mr. Hunter!
Oh, Lord, get in there in the kitchen. Right, you up. Yes, in there, just round there.
You haven't forgotten my sleeping draft, because if I have to wait much longer, I might nod off.
No, I'm just bringing it to you, Mr. Needham. It's quite all right. Thank you. It's all right. There we go.
Mr. Hunter, what do you want us to do in here?
You just have to wait a minute. You just have to wait a minute.
Oh, hold it tight to Mr. Hunter.
Oh, stop it,
Doing what, Mr. Hunter?
Nothing. Oh, right. Sorry, you just had to wait a minute. You're sleeping capsule. Yes. Here it is. Here you are.
Much obliged.
Okay.
You couldn't have a look at my bedside lamp, could you? It doesn't appear to be working.
Yeah, no, I'll leave Mr. Needham. I'll just do everything.
Oh, there don't appear to be nobody here at all, and it's a bit of a funny setup, and that man seemed quite odd about us, but then again, don't they all?
Well, I wish they'd tell us what they want, so we could get ready.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I wonder where the bathroom is. Oh, good, it's here. Oh, Barbara, you brought your spray with you.
Yes, it's in his coat somewhere, I
Goodness
think.
me.
It's all right, Francis. I'm quite calm now. Quite calm. I'll just finish up here and go straight home.
Yes, I would do that about you, Brian. I would go straight home.
Well, yes, I will, Francis. I mean, I'll even skip my round table.
Yes, well, come on then, help me.
But I'm sorry I got a bit het up, you know, with the books and the porn and that Paracacor Dick Turpin.
Yes, but that's all over now, Brian. I would go straight home if I were you.
Yes, well, yes, I will. Oh, well, I'll visit the little boys' room before I go.
Put some coffee on.
Well, no, I don't need any coffee. I mean, I already need to wee. That's just an accident waiting to happen. I'll just go straight home, Francis. That's not bad on you before. I've just seen two young ladies with a huge rubber cudgel coming out of the bathroom.
What?
A cudgel, a huge rubber cudgel, and she got it in her hand.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Brian. You're starting to imagine things.
Well, I'm not imagining it, Francis. I mean, I didn't imagine it. I mean, I came out and I didn't know what it was, but then they took me inside. Oh, and then it hit me between the cheeks!
How much longer are they going to keep us hanging about? And why won't they let us see that Mr. Needham yet?
I know. Perhaps meant to be a surprise.
It must be the bulb, Mr. Needham. I've got a spare one in the kitchen. I'll just go and fetch it for you.
Don't worry, Barbara's got her Polaroid swinger with her.
What are you doing out here, over there? You just stay in that room until Mr. Needham's properly organised.
Is Miss Needham the only one who wants seeing tonight?
Yes, thank God. Look, Mr. Needham is a very important man. Needs to be properly looked after and get what he wants. And oh, that's not all. He has his trouble at night, you see, which is why he asked me to get him one. But I thought I'd get him two at once, you see. But well, he doesn't know he's having two at once because, well, I haven't told him. Which is why you must stay in there until they start working. The tablets, that is. Right? Oh, Lord, go through there, round to the left, and you'll find the study.
Oh, we're in the flat!
Yes. No, we're not coming as well.
Just a Bromhead, would it?
No, it's just my wife, that's all.
Sorry.
It's quite all right.
Night.
Good night. Oh, good Lord, it is my wife. What are you bringing those back for?
Because we can't get down by the van. There's a policewoman there with a breathalyzer. We're never going to get rid of them, Peter, ever, and it's all my fault. All of it's all mine.
But darling, it's not your fault. We're all to blame, all of us. What are you going to do about it, Brian?
I don't know. I just don't know.
Oh, he's hysterical.
I just don't know, darling.
You haven't forgotten my ball.
No, Mr. Needham, I'm just getting it. I'm coming, Mr. Needham. Here we are, Mr. Needham.
Oh my, that's rather a big one.
Oh, I wish my wife would tell me that sometimes.
What did you say, Mr. Hunt? Oh, where's I gone now? Must be the capsules. Must be.
Are you Mr. Needham, darling?
Yes, I'm Mr. Needham, darling. Good God, you're real. You've not got enough clothes
Oh,
on.
you've got too many clothes on, Mr. Needham. Come along.
Ladies, maybe we shouldn't.
Yeah. So stay home.
Leslie, please, you left me with the candy.
Sorry.
Horrible man.
I'm terribly sorry, my dear. I had no idea it was going to be such a disgusting play.
It's quite all right, Leslie. I'm just glad you booked us a box so we didn't jolt for the general public when we left.
I must say you took it very well.
Yes. Oh, as for those lyrics, honestly, I don't see how they can call it a contemporary musical full of effeminate Vikings and men taking off their clothes.
No, well, I don't think it was supposed to be like, well, like that. Just rather unfortunate casting. And I must say, that first number with all of them prancing naked in front of the fjord was enough for me.
Nobody can say I'm not broad-minded, but I'm sure they've never uttered words like that in your theatre before.
I never thought I'd live to see the day when there was that sort of permissiveness in our lovely old theatre.
Well, I know they call it a permissive society, but nobody ever says who gave them permission. And for what, God alone knows, I don't. It's no wonder our theatres and our cinemas are closing. They want to enjoy the simple pleasures in one's own home. What was that?
What was what, my dear?
Nothing, I thought I heard something. Anyway, Leslie, the roast duckling was delicious.
Well, I'm glad you liked it.
You won't tell Peter or Francis, will you? They do love to pander my vegetarian diet, and I'd hate to annoy them. I wonder where they could be. They can't be in bed already, surely.
Well, that would hardly be surprising, you know, considering
Considering what?
the fact they've only been married, what is it, 3.5 weeks or something? And,
What do you imply?
well, you know.
Oh! Oh, yes, right. Peter has always been one for a good night's sleep.
That's what he calls it.
So conscientious, as you know. Would you like a brandy?
Yes, I think that would be most agreeable.
Wonderful. Yes, let me see. Where did I put it? Oh, yes, I left it in the kitchen. I was showing Francis how to make crepe Suzette. I always think it's such a useful standby, don't you?
Do you mind if I just wash my hands?
Oh, not at all, Leslie, not at all. Please do make yourself completely at home.
Ladies!
Oh, well then, there goes the wedding ring.
What did you say, Leslie?
Nothing, I was in the bath. I say, that's a quadruple.
Oh, my dear, Peter would insist. Now, please sit down. He does admire you tremendously, you know.
Does he?
Yes, if you don't mind me saying, I think he's always regarded you somewhat of the father figure.
Does he really, my dear?
Oh, well, it's hardly surprising, is it? He lost his father at a very, very young age. It was so long ago, so long, and
I imagine it was.
no matter how hard a mother tries, she can never be both une homme et une femme. You see what I mean?
Je comprends too, ma chérie.
Merci.
And if it isn't presumptuous of me to say so, he is a credit to you, and you, my dear, are most certainly a credit
Oh,
to me.
Leslie, that's terribly sweet of you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look, don't worry, there's some spot
No,
remover.
no, it's practically evaporated already.
Honestly, I can quite easily.
No, please, do come and sit back down again. I haven't enjoyed an evening like this for years.
Well, neither have I, and it seems to have gone so quickly.
Whoa!
But perhaps we'll go to my room.
Yes, I think we should. I'll grab my jacket.
Wonderful, I'll bring the brandy. Make sure you grab my jacket and my handbag.
I can't stay like this, Peter. I can't stay on the run like this. I'm going to go to the police, tell them and confess everything.
Don't talk such utter rubbish, Brian. Anyone would think you're wanted by Interpol.
Oh, Interpol? No, we're back to that swearing bloody parrot again. Well, I'm fed up, and I've got a pounding headache, and I just can't go on anymore.
Well, we can't leave you with a bad head, Brian. You better take 2 of our Disprin.
Disprin, darling.
Yes, darling, I wouldn't give them to him if he didn't need them.
Need him?
Well, I don't need them.
Oh, right. Yes, well, I can definitely see he needs them. Good idea, darling.
No. I mean, they upset my tummy, Peter, and I had prunes for lunch, so...
These won't upset your stomach, Brian. You'll feel a lot better once you've had these.
2, darling.
2, darling.
Much better.
Are you sure about
Yes,
this?
yes, sure.
Yeah.
There, just a little sip, Brian.
You could have let them dissolve a bit better.
Right.
Just a little sip then.
There we go.
Can't swallow it.
For goodness sake, Brian.
Well, it will only do you good. Well, never mind. Stop it! Lift your chin, for God's sake, man. Well, you're going to have a lie down now. It will only do you good.
Well, just a minute or two, and then I need to get out of here.
We shouldn't be doing this. No sex, please. We're British.
Leslie, I'll just let a few biscuits, shall I? I know, there's some short bread.
Oh.
What on earth are you doing in their beautiful bedrooms?
Ladies, for the love of don't want to be the cock of the north. You want to go to bed bye-bye.
That's so cheeky, you really. Oh, I get the best of the time going Barbara, if you want, we're going to have such a lovely time.
Do you think you're doing undressed like the little leg off of Mr. Needham at once? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Needham. It's all just a big mistake, Mr. Needham.
Mistake, Mr. Needham.
Yes.
Sorry, do you mean he doesn't want it?
He doesn't want it, and he shouldn't be getting it. Look, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Needham. It's all just a big misunderstanding. And Mr. Needham, Mr. Needham,
He's fallen asleep on us. How
will you
insulting!
please just get dressed and leave poor Mr. Needham alone?
Why the hell are we here then?
Because Mr. Radical sent you a message in the first place. Oh, where's his pyjama top?
Oh, it's in there.
Eleanor saying, Mr. Bromhead, it was all just a big disaster. Will you two please just get dressed and leave?
Why didn't you tell us before? It's Mr. Radicals who wants us! Mr. Radicals! Oh, I'm so excited. You have a curly hair. I love curly hair.
It's all right, darling. I've got him lying down. Mr. Needham, what are you doing out here in the living room? Mr. Needham? What's he doing, Peter?
Well, he's sleeping.
How did you get here?
I don't have time to explain this. These girls they sent from Hounslow.
Girls from Hounslow.
Yes, I've been trying to tell you. Brian's hashed it all up again. They haven't sent a man for the books. They sent 2 girls for God knows what.
Oh, Peter, his trousers!
Don't look, darling. It's not a pretty sight. Here we are, Mr. Needham. Pull yourself together. Walk up and over the hill we go. Nothing. You just put your arm in here, Mr. Needham. There we go. You've had a nasty dream. We're just taking you back to your bedroom now.
Oh, thank you.
You'll soon be asleep again, Mr. Needham.
Yes, this way.
I say, what a splendid idea, Eleanor.
Yeah, glad you like my idea, Leslie.
Just leave her to me.
Right.
Oh, you're back so early.
The Archman's terrible.
Oh.
Is Peter in?
Oh, guess well, he's around and about.
Wonderful. I was just going to fetch you coffee things.
Oh, there's no need. Peter and I have already made some. Come to me, darling.
Peter, maybe we
Mother.
will come down and have
We'll
dinner.
have it upstairs with you, if that's all right, Mother.
Peter, there's no need to push me.
I'll mix the coffee and come as quick as I can.
Thanks, darling.
Yes. I'll see you again. Whenever spring breaks through again. I'll see you again.
Whenever spring breaks through again. Who sang the hat?
So no cowards.
Pleased to meet you, Sino. I want to confess everything. I'll see you again. Whenever spring breaks through again.
No, you must have a second cup. Now, Brian, let go of Mr. Needham at once. This.
I want to confess.
Sit on the sofa. Mr. Needham? Mr. Needham, wake up. Mr. Needham? Mr. You need to wake up so I can take you back to your room so you can fall asleep again. Mr. Needham? Wake up!
What are you doing? I was having a lovely dream.
Sure you were.
Up and away just to get my hands on that cudgel.
It's around all day, really. Get away. Oh. Hello. Again.
What?
Now, who are you?
Runicles.
So you're Mr. Runicles.
Yes. Oh, hello. And you too. Oh, what's that?
Oh, it's White Heather.
Oh, well, it's a good job it was there. Oh,
Hello.
I knew I was going to have a nervous breakdown.
That's not what you're
Come
having.
on,
Come to the bedroom with us, Mr.
Where are we
Come in
going?
the bedroom. Have some tea. We love the White Heather.
It's in my round table.
Brian! He's gone! Brian!
No, I'll catch a cold.
I must say, it really is most kind of you, my dear, and you too, Eleanor.
Oh yes, of course, Mr. Bromhead, although we'd better ask Peter first.
Oh, I thought I'd only be too insistent on it. Oh, there you are, Peter, darling. Is anything the matter?
Yes, everything's absolutely fine. What was I doing? Oh, getting you more coffee, that's what I was doing.
No more for me, thank you, my boy. As a matter of fact, I've started to feel quite tired.
Oh.
Yes, it's surprising how quickly it comes over you, isn't it?
Oh, bugger, I've left the brandy upstairs. I'm sure you'd like a nightcap, wouldn't you, Leslie?
Yes, it isn't too much trouble, Peter. Eleanor, she's just gone back upstairs. She kindly suggested you might put me up for the night.
What?
I said we'd be delighted, of course, although
Yes.
Mr. Needham's in the spare room, isn't he?
Yes.
Well, there's no need to go to any trouble. I shall be perfectly comfortable on the sofa out
No,
there.
not! Oh.
I mean, the sofa, it's too small for you. I mean, you're too big for it. The couch in the study is much more comfortable.
Yeah, it's far more comfortable.
Are you sure I'm not putting you out,
No,
Peter?
not at all, not at all. This way we can be
All
more
right.
delighted, sir.
Okay.
Upsy daisy!
No, I'm feeling bilious.
Francis, Peter is looking after Leslie all right, isn't he?
Yes, he's just making up a bed for him now.
Wonderful. I knew Peter would think of something. Leslie's nightcap. Mine is the one with the lipstick on it.
They've both got lipstick on.
Oh. Well, then you better get a clean glass. I'll just fetch the rest of the coffee things.
Oh, no, don't worry, I can get it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Potter, we really must clean up and then I'll just go fetch you a blanket.
I must say, it's terribly kind of you, Peter. And Eleanor was right. I really don't feel up to driving tonight.
Well, I'm sure you'll have a wonderful night here, sir. Thank you. Yes. What are you two doing now? Can't you understand that we don't want you here? That any of us, we just want you to put your clothes on and leave. Just get dressed and go.
Do you mean you've had enough?
More than enough. We didn't want anything to start with anyway.
You didn't? Well then, there must be something wrong with you. You can't be normal.
Will you please just get dressed and go?
Yes. Okay.
No, not in there, in the bathroom! In the bathroom!
There's no need to shout, Mr. Hunter.
Sorry.
We may have lost everything else, but we still have our dignity. And our cudgels. That's right, Barbara.
Right, where have you gone? Brian.
Mr. Hunter,
Oh, yes?
Rome had arrived yet.
What? No, he's not. That's just my wife coming down the stairs, that's all.
How long have I been asleep,
Oh,
Mr.
the age is that Mr. Bromhead's retired now.
Is he really?
Yes.
It's his age. What a pity.
Is everything all right, Mr. Needham?
Yes, just... I had some very odd dreams.
Oh, would you like me to get you another sleeping capsule?
Yes, I think that might be best. Tell me what, Mr. Hunter.
Yes.
I think it might be best if I, postpone my inspection.
Postpone it. You're not feeling ill, are you, Mr. Needham?
No. It's just, I've been away from home for rather a long time, and there's one or two things I want to go to with my wife.
You'll soon be asleep again.
Thank you. I do hope so.
Happy dreams, Mr. Needham.
Oh yes. Very.
Right, that's it. We're packed and got off, and we're sorry we're not what you needed. And what? Who are you?
I'm Francis Hunter.
We know who he is. And you're newly married. Now we know he doesn't want us. Could we get a cab anywhere?
Never mind the cab, can you drive?
I can't, but she can.
All right.
Barbara's got a license for everything. I do.
Well, in that case then, here you are. There's a van downstairs full of books. You can take them to your Mr. Nicholas and tell them that we don't want them, or anything else for that matter. And or you can drop the van at any of their depots. And there's a few more books in the bedroom that we don't want either. Right.
Oh well, we're getting early night for a change. That's something, I suppose.
Well, I said a few.
Now, you really won't send us anything else, will you? We really are very happy just as we are.
Yes, I'm sure you are.
Oh, and you better tell that Mr. Nicholas thingy to, well, to change his advert. He might get a few more like us by mistake.
Yes.
By mistake? Oh, darling, it isn't a mistake. He does it on purpose. To expand the market. Ah, yes. And you know something? You're the first to complain, and you stay like that. Good luck!
Oh, good night!
Good night! And keep your license clean, Barbara! I would have never imagined that possible.
There must be a lot of very naughty people about.
Yes, there must be. Well, you're all alone at last again.
Peter, darling!
Thank the Lord. Yes, Mother, what is it?
I wondered if I left my chocolates down
Yes,
here.
they're just on the table.
It's wonderful. I do like a little nibble in bed. Very little. Oh, how silly of me. I haven't told you my wonderful news.
Your wonderful news.
I'm not going to my health farm after all.
You're not?
No. I've convinced Leslie to stay.
Stay?
Oh, no. No, I wouldn't invite Leslie to stay here. No, he's going to stay with me. In Chelsea. Chelsea. Oh, we're going to the National Theatre, the National Gallery, and of course, darling, ooh, it's going to be a week of culture. We leave tomorrow. Oh, right, well, good night, darling.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, good Lord, it's true. They're leaving tomorrow.
I know. We're finally going to be on our own again at last. Or not. Look, come in.
So sorry, Mr. Hunter. I've just found Mr. Runnington's asleep like this in a dustbin.
But he's meant to be staying here tonight.
Oh, I want to confess, but it wasn't just...
No, that's all right, Brian. You just stay. We'll just leave him here, Superintendent. That's all right.
Yes, I'll go get a blanket.
That's a good idea, darling. He often has nightmares like this, and nothing unusual, you see.
Well, he's been rambling like this ever since I found him. Something about a mauve vegetable painter, a parrot, and white heather on his honorarium.
Oh, his honorarium. Oh, that's his round table charity committee.
I'm treasurer.
Oh,
Our Sports and Social Club are making a contribution, actually. We're giving them the proceeds from the next stag night.
Stag night?
Yes, you should come along next Friday. One of your inspectors is coming. What's his name? Needham?
Mr. Arnold Needham!
That's it! Great friend of the Assistant Commissioner. We're showing all those films from St. Mark's Bazaar too.
I don't believe it!
Oh, you will when you see them, Mr. Hunter. Especially Dick Turpin's Bride.
Good night, Mrs. Hunter.
Good night, Superintendent. Is everything still all right, darling?
All right. You've no idea they're all at it.
What are you talking about?
Oh, they're all at it now. All on the table, a bumper effort, but I'm just too tired.
Yes, Brian, you didn't shut up.
What's he talking about?
I don't know and I don't care. Let's just go to bed.
Well, what about the washing up?
Oh, to hell with the washing up. Let's just go to bed. Our bed. Oh.
Don't answer it! Don't answer it, Peter, please! Please
What?
don't answer it, please!
No, darling, I won't. That door's not opening again tonight.
Peter, how are you going to answer that? Oh, excuse me. How are you going to answer that door? I never get any sleep with all this infernal knocking
The
going
door?
on.
Yes, of course, sir.
The door. Yes, all right.
Oh, you won't be my stop it. Yeah!
We have to come back. We forgot about the check.
Never mind about that now. Don't stop it.
Check? What check?
Nothing.
What you say is, can you have cash to help with this tax instead of this check from Jordan Electric?
Jordan Electrics? That's one of my accounts.
What a coincidence!
Harley, pretty
Not now, radicals. What the devil is going on? Let those two young ladies in at once, Peter.
Oh, fine, it's all over then. It's all
Oh, no.
over
I'm
now.
so sorry. It was all my fault, Mr. Bromhead.
What on earth is going on down here? I thought we were all in bed. But who are those two young
Two young women are at least. Oh, good gracious.
Do you remember this?
No.
Oh my goodness, poor old love his arm, Mr. Smith. I haven't seen you in weeks. You used to be such a regular. We take wildcard cards out, you know.
Mr. Bromhead! What's the need, young ladies?
I just found this parcel downstairs.
Whatever it is, I don't want it.
Come on, England. It's not addressed to you, sir. It's addressed to Mr. Runicles.
Brian! I knew he was